pull up a bench. Whether remember big moments with a hastily snapped phone photo, a quick social media post, or, if we're feeling fancy, a homemade cake that leans slightly to the left. We're a nation of memory makers, but not always memory keepers. Our treasured keepsakes often live in WhatsApp groups or get tucked behind the fridge magnets. Meghan's approach, however, took commemoration to a different level. She didn't just write a sweet caption or fire off a tweet. She poured her feelings into verse, then invited an artist to join in, and finally sent the whole lot off to the publisher. It's the sort of thing you might do if you had both literary ambition and, let's admit, a bit more access to Penguin Random House than the rest of us. Still, the impulse behind it? That's universal. We all want to hold on to our special days and share them with people we love, or at least show off a little. Meghan just added a dash of Sussex sparkle, turning a private moment into a public celebration. It's a reminder that while we may not all write bestsellers, we're all trying to make everyday magic last a little longer. The world, as it often does, reacted with gusto. When the bench hit the shelves, social media lit up like a Christmas tree. Fans were delighted. Some even claimed it was the most touching thing since Paddington met the Queen. Critics, meanwhile, donned their best sceptical hats, ready with hot takes and wry quips. Some reviewers praised the book's warmth and its gentle message about fatherhood. Others, in true British fashion, wondered aloud if it would have sold as many copies if Meghan hadn't penned it. There were jokes, memes, and more than a few eyebrow-raising tweets. Some grumbled about celebrity books, while others simply shrugged and said, "Why not? If Elton John can write an autobiography, Meghan can write a picture book." Yet the numbers spoke for themselves. The bench soared up bestseller lists, topping charts in the United States and United Kingdom. It became a fixture on gift tables and in bedtime routines, delighting families around the world. Whatever the reviews, one thing was clear. Meghan's poem had found its audience. Now, let's talk about the bench itself. Why a bench, you ask? Why not, say, a hammock or a beanbag? Well, the humble bench carries a quiet symbolism. It's a place to pause, to connect, to share secrets, or simply sit side by side. Think of all the great chats you've had on a park bench, with chips wrapped in newspaper or an ice cream melting down your hand. In Meghan's story, the bench becomes a symbol for family, togetherness, and the passing of wisdom from one generation to the next. It's a stage for life's little dramas and joys. The illustrations show benches in gardens, parks, and playgrounds, places where memories are made and stories are told. The beauty of the bench is that it's for everyone. Rich, poor, royal, or not, we've all sat somewhere with someone we love and watched the world go by. That's what makes the story stick, not the fame, but the feeling. So the bench is more than just a seat. It's an invitation to slow down and connect. At its core, the bench is a family story. It's about the bond between father and child, as seen by a loving partner. But it's also a story about what happens when private words meet public curiosity. Meghan took something small and personal and shared it with the world, risking a fair bit of commentary along the way. This wasn't just about selling books or making headlines. It was about saying, here's what family means to us. Maybe it means something to you too. In a world that often feels divided, a little book about love and benches managed to bring people together, if only to argue about rhymes and illustrations. The story of the bench is one of those rare moments when celebrity, creativity and genuine affection collide. It's proof that sometimes the best stories start with a simple gesture, a poem, a smile, a well-chosen bench. And if it inspires a few of us to jot down our own poems or to look at our garden furniture with new affection, so much the better. Critics, as always, had plenty to say. Some declared the book a triumph, a modern classic for new dads and little ones. Others, wielding red pens and snark, questioned whether the Duchess had bitten off more than she could rhyme. But for every grown-up review, there were hundreds of children giggling at the pictures, pointing at pages and asking for just one more reading before bed. Let's not forget the online peanut gallery. Social media was awash with opinions, memes, and the obligatory "I could have written that" comments. Yet many parents reported that their kids loved the story. And after all, isn't that the ultimate test? If a poem can get a toddler to sit still for 5 minutes, it's doing something right. There's also something admirable about putting your words out into the world, knowing they'll be scrutinised, parodied and probably memified by Tuesday. Meghan embraced the mixed reviews with good humour, focusing on the joy the book brought to families. In the end, the laughter and love shared over the book mattered far more than the star ratings. So, what have we learned from the saga of the bench? That even the simplest gestures, a poem for a new dad, a seat in the garden, can grow into something grand. Meghan Markle's Father's Day present didn't just make Prince Harry smile. It set off a chain reaction of creativity, conversation, and, yes, a fair bit of cheeky banter. The book found its place in homes around the world, sparking discussions about family, love, and the art of making memories last. It reminded us that behind every headline and hashtag is a story about real people doing their best to celebrate the ones they love. So, next time you pass a bench, spare a thought for the poem that became a bestseller. You never know which simple moment might turn into your own family legend. After all, as the Sussexes have shown, sometimes the best stories start with a seat, a smile, and a scribbled verse. And if you're tempted to write your own poem and tuck it into someone's lunchbox, well, who knows? The next bestseller might just be yours.